Today I'm going to show you how to make this chicken split pea date and orange tray bake, and you're going to absolutely love it. It makes a really great midweek meal and also a great centerpiece and is full of flavour. So first off, I'm going to soak the split peas. These really benefit from soaking. They're extremely hard, you can see, so it's really worth doing that for an hour before. It will make sure that you've got really lovely, well-cooked split peas and you don't have any kind of grittiness in your tray bake. Gonna cover these nicely and leave that for an hour, and in just an hour they're going to double in size and be ready to bake. Okay, so whilst the chickpeas are resting, I'm also going to marinate the chicken. Chicken really benefits from marinating. It's going to be so much more flavourful. You're getting salt in there, we're putting a little bit of acid as well, and loads of spices. At least give it an hour. First up, I'm going to start with all of my dry spices. So I'm going to do salt, about 2 teaspoons, and then I've got cardamom powder. The powder comes from the pods. If you don't have or can't find cardamom powder, you can just get some pods, crush them up in a pestle and mortar, remove all the skins, and then crush those pods into a nice fine powder. Turmeric is going to give the chicken a really, really nice colour. Cumin, got a really lovely deep flavour. And then this is nigella seeds. If you add the nigella seeds, you get these lovely bursts of oniony flavour. 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. The acidity really helps with this dish. We've got oranges going through, so I'm going to slice up some oranges later and put that in the tray bake, but it's really nice to get that full flavour penetrating all throughout the dish. So I'm going to zest this orange and also use the juice. I'm going to use the juice. The juice is the zest in the juice. You heard it here first. Next up, just gonna slice this orange that we've zested, cut it in half, and then I just use a fork because these ones are seedless. Get a nice amount of juice all over there. A really nice bit of pepper on here. Just about 2 tablespoons of oil. Kind of mix this up, coat all the chicken nicely, but just try and get the marinade evenly coating all of the chicken. And when it's evenly coated, just leave it for an hour. So everything's been marinating for an hour. The chicken has got a really lovely colour on it and it's really evenly coated with marinade. And I've got these lovely plump split peas. Take some dates and just remove the stones, and I'm just going to cut them into thirds, I would say. So I want them to be a nice kind of bite-sized piece. And I'm just going to pop these in here. We've got some garlic, which we're going to use, keeping it whole, but just going to kind of remove the top little bit so that you can then squeeze it out when it goes really nice and mushy. And then we're going to have some lovely slices. I'm going to top and tail the orange. Discard those 2, then just halve it lengthways and cut it into some really nice half moons. Then last up is the coriander. We're going to use this as a kind of bouquet garni. This is one of Yotam's suggestions that he has been trying to get into every single recipe recently. He's like, why don't you put a big bunch of herbs in the middle? And finally for this recipe, it's snuck its way in. It's actually really, really lovely. You just snuggle it into the chicken and the split peas, and it just flavours the whole broth. And then I'm also just going to chop a little bit for the garnish. As you can see, super quick and easy. Our split peas have now soaked for an hour. They've doubled in size. And I'm going to start building this lovely tray bake. So pop these in here. Then I'm going to sprinkle some red split peas over the top as well. I'm going to put about half a teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to then cover it with chicken stock. Whenever we call for chicken stock, we use really nice chicken stock, obviously, at Ottolenghi. At home, I always make soup if I do a roast, and I will boil it off for ages, put it into containers in my freezer, and always have frozen chicken stock. I'm going to top this up also with a little bit of water. It's about 300 millilitres. So next I'm going to go in with the chicken, and I'm just going to layer this on nicely. So the split peas are mostly covered, which means they're not going to lose too much of the liquid, and they're going to kind of steam underneath the chicken, which allows them to cook through really nicely. Now for the coriander bouquet garni, the pièce de résistance. Just going to nestle that in here. I want it to be in contact with the liquid so that it flavors the liquid really nicely. And next up, I'm going to nestle those lovely garlics down. I like to get them a little bit wet so that they don't dry out too quickly. And then for the oranges, I want them to be kind of half submerged so that the orange pulp flavors that liquid really nicely. Got a little bit of orange juice in there already, but this is just going to be an extra orangey flavor. And then last up, I've got my dates. Just going to scatter them, try and kind of evenly put them all around. I like them kind of half submerged in the liquid. And the bit that's submerged goes a little bit gooey, and then the outside goes nice and kind of caramelized. Great, so that's it. Ready to go in the oven, very easy. I'm just gonna pop it in. The oven is preheated at 180 and I'm gonna put it in for an hour. Great, so it's been an hour. We've been cooking away, I've had some schnitzel, just been chilling, and the chicken is ready, good to go out the oven. Okay. Totally under control. Looks amazing. The split peas have plumped up so nicely. It's kind of created its own, it's almost like a dal underneath. Really nice sauce, smells amazing, it looks beautiful. So the only thing left to do, I'm just going to pour a tiny bit of olive oil over. Sometimes chicken legs can be super fatty. If you've got a layer of fat on already and you feel like you don't need to add any more oil, then skip this part. And then I'm going to sprinkle this extra coriander over the top. Take these lovely garlics and just kind of squeeze them out all over the top. Great, so ready to serve. I'm just going to transfer this onto here, and then you can see here you've got this amazing, lovely split peas. The lentils have completely broken down. The dates, a little bit of orange, a little bit of coriander, and B, ready to taste?
I am, of course I am. Always.
Ready and poised.
Can I just first of all say how beautiful this looks?
I know.
It's so gorgeous. The texture.
Because the red lentils break down and makes this really lovely sauce that just kind of hugs the split peas. And then you've got all of the chicken stock flavour in there, and then the oranges have flavoured it as well. You've got all the spicing from the marinade of the chicken.
We're sharing?
Yeah.
Let's share.
Let's go ahead.
Ooh. I like this bit. See, look, it was meant to be. And I want a bit of everything.
Oh dear. Okay.
The chicken is so tender. Really, really good. Really warming.
It's very warming. It's a perfect winter dish.
Thank you so much for watching. The recipe is down below. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe.